Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Evan. I'm the founder of Nesting Up, and this is Troy, the co-founder. And on the screen, we have the Watson family. They're a home buyer in Lakewood, California, who had success using Nesting Up earlier this year. And we're going to get back to them later in this presentation. So Troy and I met at a local real estate investment company here in Los Angeles. We manage a portfolio of assets across the western United States. And every Monday, we would sit down as a group and review all the offers that we got in over the weekend for the homes we had listed on the market. And typically, we would accept the offers that were the strongest, the highest, that made the most financial sense. But this wasn't always the case. There was a few times when home buyers would submit a cover letter with their offer that included pictures of themselves. One time in particular, we had a family from Salt Lake City that sent in a cover letter with their offer that had pictures of their kids in baseball uniforms. So we kind of sat down on Monday, we're like, we got to give them this house, they really want it. And it was right then and there that the idea for Nesting Up was born. It's cover letters for home buyers that include pictures. So the family from Salt Lake City had a problem, and their problem is they didn't have the cash to compete in the market. So you have a lot of low and middle income buyers right now in the market competing over limited inventory in the FHA price range. So the problem is that these buyers don't have the cash to compete, but they still want the home. And these buyers that are FHA buyers that don't have the cash, they need an edge. And that edge is Nesting Up. Nesting Up is a platform for real estate agents to create a digital media-based cover letter that promotes the actual buyers in a transaction. What we do is we're revamping the cover letter. We're taking a traditional cover letter and we're adding the most important feature, pictures, or in some cases, a video of the buyer. What these pictures do is these pictures create the stickiness that gets your offer accepted and with favorable terms during escrow. What we have here is an old traditional cover letter, like many of you guys submit when you're applying for a job. But today, most agents, when they submit an offer on a home, they just write a sentence like, hey, here's the buyer, here's our offer. And what happens is that offer just kind of gets lost in the shuffle, and you become just a number to these sellers. The Nesting Up cover letter, you stand out, you pop, and that's because people love pictures. We all love pictures. So we have the prototype developed, and we made it incredibly easy for agents to use. What you do is you log in, you upload content, and those are the pictures of the buyers or a video, and you write a few sentences about the buyer. We give you guidance on what to write because we know what makes a good cover letter. And then you share that cover letter with sellers and their agents. You send it out as a PDF export with the offer, or a link back to your profile to showcase the buyers. So I've been an independent broker here in California since 2011, and I'm telling you guys, this actually does work. So the Watsons, who are on the first slide, we helped them buy a house in Lakewood, California, and the sellers absolutely loved the baby. Everybody loves babies, and the Zamoras too, they had a baby, everybody loves babies. But anyway, so their offer was accepted. We had a smooth escrow. The Zamoras got their house in Carson, and the Schofields were competing with all cash buyers in Irvine. Nesting Up cover letter helped them get the house they wanted. So what we're implementing is a subscription-based revenue model with two options, one for real estate agents and one for buyers in the event that agents want to pass on the cost and the duty to the buyer. We conducted quite a few customer interviews a few weeks ago to find out, what's a good price point? What would help us get you to pay for this product? And we found the sweet spot to be around $10 a month. That's what's going to help us convert, or that's the price point where we believe that we can convert agents into paying customers. And as you can see, it's really competitive relative to other monthly fees that agents pay to operate successfully, between $25 to $50 plus a month in marketing. So we're coming in really competitively into the market. A look ahead. So starting December 2016, Troy and I have a network of real estate agents across the western United States that we're going to have use this prototype for their clients for free. And then come May 2017, we're going to launch phase 2 to the general public, where agents and brokers can use it, and we're going to start collecting revenue from the subscriptions there. And looking into the future, we believe that nesting up can add a tremendous amount of value to not only sellers, but renters when they submit their rental applications, for loan officers who need to create a pre-approval letter for their clients, and many more things further down the road. So what we're looking for right now is $50,000 to roll out phase 2, which we're looking to release in May 2017, or bringing on a full stack developer who can help us create this. Like I said, this works for Troy and I, for our clients. We've seen it work in the company, so we're really excited to be able to bring this tool to the market and share with other agents so they can have success like we're having success today. So thank you very much.
Average do sellers lose by taking the cover letter purchase over the highest bid?
I wouldn't say there's a loss, it's more of an emotional connection. I deal with,
Opportunity cost?
no, not necessarily. I mean, you might have a VA buyer or an FHA buyer going up against a conventional, 20% down. At the end of the day, it's the same price, right? Who are you going to build the emotional connection with? Most of the time, the homeowner's not there when the offer's submitted like you used to be back in the day. And you're not seeing the people at the open house, you're seeing people, so you're not having it, it's just the numbers, right? That VA home buyer could very well be just as financially capable to purchase the home as the conventional buyer, but typically the VA or the FHA has a stigma associated with it that might not be as easy to get done. But I mean, a value loss to the homeowners is zero.
Okay, I thought I heard you say that in one of the cases that your firm, you didn't take the highest offer.
Yeah, we didn't, because when you submit a cover letter with pictures, it really shows that they want the house.
What's the price difference?
I mean, it was probably maybe $5,000 or $10,000. Yeah, so if there's a $50,000 price difference between one offer and another, this tool will probably not be that beneficial. So that's why we're targeting FHA buyers who fall in that short limited range for
So
VA
you
buyers.
think this works for stable real estate markets, probably not for markets that are hot where you do have cash buyers, where I assume the difference in bids is substantial.
Not necessarily. I mean, so I'm licensed in 4 states. I'll sell about 1,000 homes this year. A lot of that you see multiple offers. Idaho, Utah, Arizona, the markets that I primarily sell in. And, I get offers that are, you'll get a cash offer and you'll get an FHA or a VA. It comes down to who do you know is going to close, right? So when we talk about branching this out to lenders or to the agent to be able to market themselves and really express who they are, you're building the relationship not just with the other agent or the lender and the buyer, but having that idea of who's going to close. And cash buyers aren't always the answer. They're coming in below list price typically. So going with the FHA or VA buyer, you're probably going to net higher, because they're buying as an end user as opposed to somebody that's buying for a rental property or something like that. So.
I'm no social justice warrior or anything, but I think, I guess the question is, I know you're trying to remove the stigma and create a stickiness and a differentiator. How do you mitigate discrimination?
So that's a great question, and we've had a lot of people express concern about that. So we spoke to an attorney to figure out, how do we make this right? And so if you're a seller, you cannot require a buyer to submit a nesting up cover letter. So that's why this is a tool that's optional for home buyers to use. But if you're a seller, this is where also the agent comes into play, because the agent knows the fair housing law, and you're supposed to say, hey, you can't discriminate based off this. But this is an optional tool for home buyers to use, not a required necessity needed to sell a home.
And just to clarify, who is it ultimately the seller that is seeing this, and you're creating that emotional connection with the current homeowner? Is that right? Am I getting that right? Okay, cool. Yeah, I think from buying and selling homes myself, not as a realtor, but my own homes, I do see this as a really interesting differentiator. So.
A lot of times you get in a relationship with a buyer or I don't know you from anybody else, to know that buyer or know the agent, and to have a track record and say, hey, some sort of report, really helps knowing that, okay, this agent's actually doing it.
Just really quick, is there any legal or substantial barrier from people lying in their cover letters? Because I got, I could let Blake borrow pictures of my good-looking, blonde, white kids, and he won't get discriminated against.
I mean, like, we're not going to do background checks. So.
I mean, is there any legal repercussion for misrepresenting yourself in something like this? Because otherwise, I would assume realtors get pretty smart and want to get a deal, and they'll just say, hey, I got some stock photos of me that I'll include in your cover letter, and you're going to look like a rock star.
I mean, I think you run into problems if you say that they're like pre-approved for a higher price loan than they are, or that they can close in 25 days when it's really only 45 days. I think that's where you're getting in trouble.
Yeah.
But the agents might have